So we know often when people come along to a persistent pain programme, they've got certain expectations of things that they would like to happen, as well as some concerns that things aren't going to make things worse. What we've done is listed several common things that people tell us, and I'm going to run through those individually with you. Now, the first one is that people want their pain to reduce. We can't guarantee that everybody on the course is going to be pain-free by the end. However, we do know that lots of people, as they get fitter and stronger with exercise, and also they find skills like relaxation, mindfulness, and setting goals, that their symptoms can reduce in intensity. For lots of people whose symptoms maybe don't change within that time frame, the fact that they can do more of the activities that are important to them is often an improvement in their life. We know lots of people want to be able to do certain things, and your goals might be very different to somebody else's. For one person, it might be able to play with their grandchildren or go on a holiday. And certainly as we start to set goals through the next few weeks, hopefully you'll be able to reintroduce some of the things that you're missing out on as a result of your pain. We know there is a big link between sleep and pain, and one of the topics that we discuss is what is a good night's sleep, but also how we can get a good night's sleep. So if that's something that you're struggling with, it's definitely covered within our group. People often want to be able to reduce their medication. Now, we know that side effects or becoming dependent on medications is a big concern for people. And at this stage, we're not telling people to stop taking their medications, but we do cover medication as a topic. And as we do, there might be some conversations you can have with your prescriber, who may be your GP, in order to reduce medication if you don't feel it's being effective for you. Returning to work. We know that often people lose their sense of identity when they're in pain and they can't work anymore. And there are some strategies to maybe keep people in work if you've already got a job, return to work if you're off sick, or look for, well, what are my options if I haven't worked for a long time? And again, we will cover that as one of the topics. Getting fit or returning to exercise, it's a big component of our group to be able to build up on your strength and stamina and flexibility. And there are several things that we will do which you can do at your own pace to hope to achieve this without making things worse. Improving your mood. We know that mood is a big issue for lots of people who've got persistent pain. In fact, it's probably the biggest link there is out there. And we do cover that as a topic on its own. But as well as that, throughout the different weeks of the group, we're going to be looking at relaxation and mindfulness and how these things can improve mood. Positive coping strategies. There's lots of different ways that we can manage pain, and we certainly look at things like pacing and, as I mentioned earlier, goal setting as ways to be able to improve your ability to do the things that are important to you without making your symptoms worse. The biggest concerns we often get are people don't want to exacerbate their pain, and they're always worried that exercise could be something that would do that. And that's why when we are getting you to do exercise and showing you the different exercises, we will be making sure that it is within your capacity, and we'll show you ways that you can modify exercises and do it at a rate that is comfortable for you so that it doesn't exacerbate or flare up your symptoms. What if it doesn't work? Well, I suppose we'll only know whether it's going to work if we try, and we would definitely encourage everybody to go through the different topics to see how much of an improvement you can potentially make. Sometimes within a short period of time, just a few weeks, you won't notice a massive change in your symptoms, but we're hoping that with all the strategies we're going to put in place, things will start to turn a corner and you'll be able to manage these symptoms a lot better than you could previously. I mentioned the exercise. It's something that people want to do, but they are worried that they could injure themselves or damage something. Everything that we do is safe. We wouldn't get you doing anything that's going to cause any harm or damage. And as long as you start gently and gradually, slowly build up over time, everything that we do will be perfectly safe and shouldn't make you any worse. I hope that this has covered some of the expectations that you might have, and some of the concerns, and hopefully now we can start talking about engaging with our process.